Welcome to SBR Picks. Here with us is SBR consultant Jeff Grant to share the pick for the game between Houston Cougars and Pittsburgh Panthers. Hi Jeff, how are you today?
Doing fantastic, Silvia. One of the more interesting bowl games to really handicap, and our viewers really need to pay notice to any line moves because both of these teams will be playing without their head coaches that have moved on. One was fired, the other took a job at Wisconsin.
Great, let's start with this game. Houston has forced 73 turnovers since the start of the 2013 campaign. Will the Cougars be able to force the Panthers into making a couple of mistakes Friday afternoon?
Turnovers are a very difficult thing to handicap, especially with a couple weeks in between the regular season and bowl play. But when you look at 73 turnovers, Silvia, since the start of 2013, you can basically count on Houston trying to create some miscues by the Panthers. And like I said, one coach was fired, the other one moved on to another position, and I think Houston will show up for this game despite the fact that its head coach was fired from his post after a disappointing 2014 regular season. And the important thing in terms of creating turnovers, the interim head coach for Houston in this one will be the defensive coordinator.
I see, Jeff. And do you expect the Panthers to suffer a letdown in Fort Worth, Texas?
You know what? It's really going to be hard for Pittsburgh to get up for this game because the head coach, Paul Chryst, moved on to his alma mater, Wisconsin. That was an expected move after Greg Anderson moved on to Oregon State and leaving Madison, Wisconsin. Pittsburgh, 7th consecutive bowl appearance. ACC Player of the Year, James Conner, with 1,675 rushing yards and 24 touchdowns. And wide receiver Tyler Boyd is a real weapon in the passing game with 1,149 receiving yards. But this team may be a bit disappointed with that head coach moving because it had 81 underclassmen. And why is that important? Because each of those players was recruited by Chryst during his time in Pittsburgh. That represents 78.6% of the roster. So I'm just not sure the Panthers are going to be up to the task of covering as 3-point favorites.
Okay, so that's your final selection?
I'm going to go with Houston. They're 3-10 straight up, but 8-4-1 against the spread as underdogs the last 2+ seasons. They're also 8-1 against the spread in its last 27 games. And I mentioned that line. Very competitive line in the market in consideration from +3 to -3. When you look at Pittsburgh in that situation, 3-6 straight up and against the spread. I'm going to go with the underdog Cougars against the Panthers, and I wouldn't be surprised if Houston wins in straight-up fashion.
Great. Thanks for that analysis, Jeff, and for your time. Good luck to everyone, and this is Silvia for SBR Picks.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.